Alrighty then, welcome back everybody. So I have been busy a little bit here and there, but first things first, let's do something first before I do anything else, because holy fucking shit, I'm getting tired of this garbage. So today actually, how the hell do you do this? How the hell do you do this normally? I think old, right? Old print screen, right? Yeah, old print screen should work. Ow. That is gonna hurt, but that's gonna be later for use. All right, so welcome back everybody to the Prelog scene. So today I saw that some stupid fucking Discord message, and that turns out to be a hacked account. So that's gonna be fun. So what it actually was saying, like, hold up there, buddy. I technically false reported you, and now your Discord is gonna get removed if you don't explain it to these guys. And I'm like, no, that's not how Discord works. But okay. Then he continuously tried to say it again and again and again and again, and then it turns out to be like, oh, all right, you want to do it that way? All right, yeah, sure. So yeah, that is exactly what they want to do. They want you to log into an alternate website. That is a phishing website, which then gives you the critical information that looks like Discord but isn't Discord, and then you're gonna get your account gone. So you don't want to do that. Luckily, I took a sniff of it, and I already knew that where it's gonna be adding up. Instantly blocked the person when he was like, no, 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 you need to do this, or else you will. And I'm like, what? No, fuck off. So yeah, it is quite fun to see that the bots are getting a little bit more scary, but fucking hell. Rule number one: never, never, ever, always check if the account has any, how do you say that? Servers attached to it. So that's one of the things, that you have mutual service. If not, well, they are probably either hacked or banned if they were in your DMs beforehand. So that's one of the things. I realized it was a hacked account, so I did the rightful thing. I just blocked it and was like, ignore. Oh well. It happens sometimes. It fucking happens sometimes. But the good thing is, I did got a lot of work done. I literally got the messages while I was working on this, and I was like, what? No. No, 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 no. This is not how it works, and this is not how it's supposed to be. So I dealt with a hacked account, I blocked it, and fully worked on it. But yeah, it's stupid when people think like, how if you suspect something, it's already sus at the beginning anyway. Also, it was very poorly Dutch, so I'm like, nah, this is not how you're supposed to write to somebody normally. And also the threats afterwards, it was like, yeah, now it's getting formal. Yeah, that is definitely hacked. So yeah, I know when people are saying like, how do you say that? When people are speaking normally towards a person and then suddenly speak formal, that is, and threatening even, like, well, if you don't do this, I will, yeah, buddy, friend, that's not how you normally react, so definitely I can assume that you're hacked, and therefore I will just block you and not do anything about it. At first I misread it, by the way. That was actually also very fun to see, that I misread any context with it. So the misreading of it was like, oh, my account got hacked and I got recovered it. That was the first thing I thought of it. And I was like, no, that's not what it said. Because I was too busy, with drawing goddamn rocks. So why would I, pay attention to it too much? Luckily, I was not tired, so I was like very well versed in the art of just negotiating with the person and then be like, wow. So now I'm just doing the thing that I normally do, which is just casual blocking it, and it will go away. forever. Oh well, it happens. So, what I'm gonna be doing today is gonna be quite easy. It's just filling up these things. And then once this is all done, I can then start with the background depth part. And then afterwards, I'm gonna add in shading, because I do need to add shading in this drawing. It doesn't have it, so I need to do it. And then I can add in the glass that is also getting sucked into it. I think that actually would be a good idea to put glass in there as well. Although that's gonna be a difficult option, but oh well. But we're almost there, so that's good. And drawing all of this was the hardest part. I did so much work. You're not gonna believe it. I was like, alright, I need to draw this whole gap. How do I do this? So I took the sketch, I redesigned the sketch a little bit to make it more, having a more of a spaced out version of it. And it looks good. I must say I'm very happy with how it turns out to be. So that's good, and then tomorrow I will get the rest of it all done. Man, silly business, as always. I'm planning to do a walk today, mainly because it's not raining outside. So I'm gonna be doing a walk today, of 6 miles, because, I need to do some exercises. If I don't do that, that's actually bad for me. So I need to do some exercises because, well, it's not like I'm going to be able to use the bike today with a hand in the mold. It's not good. So, yeah. Now, how do you say that? How the fuck do you say that actually in English? I want to know now. English! Google Translate, Google Translate, Google Translate, Google Translate. And then I'm going to go for yips.
Gisp.
Gisp? Nah. Hips are arm.
Gisparm.
That is
Gisparm.
hips. Hip. Oh, I spelled it incorrectly. Oops. Hips arm.
Plaster pour.
What? Why is it poor?
Plaster arm.
Alright, it's plaster. Alright, fine. I will say it's plaster. So it's a plaster arm then. There you go. I don't think it's the right word for it, but yeah. The plaster is not very good when I'm gonna go outside when it rains, so I'm not gonna be risking that. But when it's not raining, I should do exercises outside, so that I have much more. How do you say this? To keep everything up and running properly. And if I don't do that, I will be doing a lot of sitting, and that is not very good for me. So tonight I will do the walking. Yesterday I wasn't able to stream because my sister came to my parents' house, and I do wanted to visit her, so I did that. And I also had some food then. And then there we go. There you go. So now we have that. That one is crossed. That's not good. All right, that's bad. Now we have that one done. Now we have done that. Now we can move here. Easy. Now we're gonna go here. There we go. Nice. There you go. Then we're gonna go here. Sweet. Come on. There we go. So yeah. Ugh. Now I'm concentrating because of rock drawing. Ah, Jesus. Yeah, now everything is gonna go downwards again. Ah. Well, at least we're already 30 minutes in and it's actually doing well. So that's good. It means that I'm actually doing a lot more faster work on the drawing part. Also, it helps that I actually drew already the main thing and I just do now the filling, which is less work, but still, it's quite a lot of work. It's still, what, this amount. But it's so handy. I'm happy once this drawing is fully done, then I can actually finally work on getting the faces perfectly fine. So yeah. There we go. And now we're gonna go this bit, right? Yeah. There you go. Now I'm gonna go here. Let's fix that bit up. Much better. All right, now we're gonna go here. There we go. Easy. All right. Let's turn that back around. And I almost forgot this. Jeez, I forgot the thing. Let's see. Here it is. Oh, done. All right, now I can continue. So yeah, I have no idea what I'm gonna be cook or what I'm gonna get today for evening eating, but I think it will be good. Hopefully, hopefully it's gonna be something like fish. That would actually be quite cool. Getting some fish sticks or something like that with fries or what's actually better than fries? Fish sticks and spinach. Yeah. Fish sticks, spinach, and fries would actually be very fun. Or potatoes and fish sticks. Stem potatoes and fish sticks. Ooh, good one. Or fish stick stem. Even better. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I can go for. There we go. Got that one. But yeah, the main issues that I had with Discord, it is still surprisingly how many accounts getting hacked these days. It's quite a lot actually. But luckily, you know, you most likely can detect where the arrows where the lies lie. So that's always good to hear. But you always need to make sure that if you don't want to fall for it. Well, what is actually the best way? What's actually the best way to not fall for it? I think when you spot immediately, like, you know, some odd messaging, just block them immediately and be like, you know, not able to let them send anything else. Those hacked accounts are always run by bots or by people from way different country. Because, I think the errors were in the Grammatica. Yeah, but I also don't use correct Grammatica. I have valid reasons. They don't have it. So therefore, it is quite easy to detect. Also, them using a translator is always fun to see. Because I used to like, oh my god, you're using it like that? Speaking it like that? Psych! I always use it like that, but not like that. Ooh. Like, they don't use when you say yes. If you say he or she, for instance, but you don't use you. All right, you is differently used in my language. So the you is differently than you have you and you have you. You have you in a formal sentence and you have you as you. You know, like, hey friend, you need to do this, man. It's cool. Like that kind of you, or the excuse me, you are crossing the line. You know, that kind of you. So it's a more formal you and a normal you. And when they speak like in the formal you, it's like. Excuse me, what are you suggesting here? That is exactly what it always said. So when they spoke to me, they would say like, excuse me, sir, but you have to do this. Well, still saying to you. All right, so excuse me, you have to do this. So instead of you as you, they say it like sir. And I'm like, why would you say it like that? You don't have any powers over this. You could have just, you know, said, all right, So yeah, it was actually quite funny to see. Let's see, we have this done, that done, that done, that done, do. I'm so happy once this hole is drawn in, and then once I'm done with eating and then done with my daily walk, I also will go to how do you say that? Ooh, how the hell do you say that? Once I'm done with the daily walk and I'm done with the drawing part, I will then stop with, I don't have, only have to do coloring part here, and then I have to do what? Shading and the back and the black hole with particle effects with it, right? Yeah, because then the rest is all done. Because right now the motion is there, but it's not fully there, and it needs to be fully there. And that's the whole point. There. I don't need to have big, giant, sharp corners on this thing. That's silly. Yes. Oh, I will be happy when this is done. So fucking happy. You know what the main thing is of this thing is, like, you know, when you draw on it, every single turn you make, you need to be deciding like, all right, what do you want to do? I see the mistakes I made beforehand. I know, for instance, that I cannot change this face because it's already set in stone and all that stuff. But I think with a little bit of, you know, working on expressions, I could actually get that far more better done. Because it already had an improvement from before. If you look at, for instance, the face of the wizard beforehand, like in 2 years ago, I think that's the one, right? If you look at the face in 2 years ago, you can see immediately improvements on it. So if you just look at the face from the wizard, all right, in this one right here, this was the design beforehand. So we had the design here beforehand, the wizard design at large with all of the stuff. And you can already see that the face, it's not that great, but right now it's to look more like an old wizard, you know, instead of way too young. Also, the hair is actually a lot more better. But of course, it still needs some issues. It still has some issues that need to be fixed and need to be done. But I think after doing that, after learning how to do it, I think I will be better off, because then I can also apply it in the other ones as well, which makes me a lot more happier. That's what I need to do. Learn how to draw, because I am not the best at drawing. I will say that by a long shot. It's like, what do you want to draw? I only can draw this or that, and that's it. The rest is all it's not great. It's not very optimized. So yeah, when I, for instance, draw the magical girls, for instance, they are, you know, there are some issues with it. Clothing, I never drew clothing before, so why would I bother learning it? That was the first thing that came into my mind, like, oh yeah, I forgot about that part. I didn't know how to draw these things. Well, pain is arriving on our doorsteps today. So yeah, I had to learn that from, you know, from the bottom up. Oh well, not from the bottom up, from the from the bottom, to the bottom up. Yeah, that's the right word, right? From the bottom up. Yeah. So I had to work from nothing towards something, and so far I'm getting better at it. It's still not great, honestly. I think it still needs some oven, a little bit more baking in the oven to get it to where I want it to be. But it does get where I want to be. Well, it does get me where I want to be. I'm getting better at drawing the girls. I'm getting better at drawing the hair. So that's all good. Shading is still a thing. Not gonna lie, shading is still mediocre at best, but I'm getting better. And of course, I'm working on it and getting better at it, and then of course improving on it. Like for instance, the drawing with the Snake New Year. Now that's a good improvement upon what I had before. Because if you look at that, for instance, if you look at the Happy New Year snake, so you're gonna go to me, and you look at, for instance, this one, and you look at, for instance, this drawing right here, the main drawing that I had before, you can already see that I did a lot more work on it. I got better at drawing the coins, I got better at drawing, the texture itself, I got better at drawing the things in general. It looks a lot more better. It looks more nicer as well, cleaner. And that's a very nice thing to see. Of course, it does take time to get it to that point, but I'm improving. And also with the drawing challenges, with the competitions, that's where it shines, that's where it goes. Because I do these competitions, it does make me force me able to do things that I don't normally do, like drawing the fucking fairy. I was like, how do I do this again? How do I do chibis? So yeah, I had to think and see and find a way to get to it, to get to the right point. Of course, that takes forever to do, and that's why that drawing, the New Year's drawing, was very, 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 very slow. It should actually be done by New Year itself, but I'm not gonna be complaining here. I got luckily out when Chinese New Year came, so that's good. But that drawing was a nightmare. That competition drawing. I had to draw 6 images, and it took me a whole month to get it done. I'm like, normally, you're supposed to have this done by 2 weeks, and then it's supposed to be finished. But no. 2 weeks? No. I did a month over it. And of course, me getting caught off guard by this was like, crap, this thing still needs to be done as well. So before I could start with this drawing again, it already has been at least 2 months, 3 months before, it's all back into it. And that means that, within 2 months or 3 months of not working on this, you can already see that I already have improved from where I started with the sketch and where I started with this drawing. Of course, it still means that I need to do the drawing, which is correct. I need to still finish this one. Mainly because, it's a good reference drawing as well, as a way of getting it into the visual novel anyway. Why not? Even if I want to do a redrawing of everything, it's better to have like a template version of it already. So yeah, what I'm gonna be doing now is just getting this rock formation done. There we go. So yeah, that drawing took way too long. I was not happy upon the result of how long it took to get it finished. And then I got stuck with this again and be like, great, I have to still work on this. I still want to have this finished because, I'm not a person that likes to quit on half-ass products. So I did that. I got to where I want to be with this, and I must say I'm pretty impressed upon how it turned out to be, even though, it's a little bit of a outdated style. It still has issues, especially the main character. I'm not that great with drawing humans. Humanoid creatures is like, duh. Just give me a bird or something like that, or a snake. That's so much easier. That is so much easier. Because I never look at people's faces most of the time. I really need to put an effort in there to look at people's face. That's the main problem. As a child, I didn't, pay attention on my surroundings. I did pay more attention on my surroundings than on people that spoke to me. So, with that case, names are also a thing that I don't remember that funny. It's like, here's the name. Right, the name. I forgot about the name. I need to know the name, but I forgot about the name, and I still need to have the name when I want to speak to them again. Great, I lost it. So yeah, it is quite funny when you don't remember a name and then you need to guess upon it. Like, begins it with a letter A? No. Begins it with a letter C? No. What letter did it then begin again? Like, oh, it began with that letter. Ah, yeah. Now I know which word I need to look for. And the funny thing is, I do that quite a lot. So if I want to go for a job interview or something like that, and it's like, hey, my name is Carl. I am the CEO, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, right. That name needs to be very reminding. And then, you have your co-workers and you forget every single fucking one. Like, the main boss, yes, needs to be remembered. Co-workers, I don't know the names, damn it. So yeah, that was a problem. I learned how to avoid it. Writing it down is one of them. It sounds a little bit of a terrible way to do it, but it did got me through the day. So yeah, that was actually the fun part of it. But yeah, now we're almost here. Done, that one, that one. And we're almost complete. Sweet. Now I can go here, fix this bit up. And as you see, the more the rocks are getting colored up, well, the more stuff I draw in, the better it gets. So that's the best part of this. The only downside is I need to find out if I can get to this black hole to work, because I'm dealing with motions here. Oh, bloody hell. My head is not cooperating here. So I need to do this very, very gently, alright? I need to make sure that every single thing I draw is still the same thing as always, which is correct. I need to draw on this, but I also have a black hole. I need to create motion inside of a drawing that doesn't have motion to begin with. Or I need to draw motion in a motionless drawing. Well, not an emotionless drawing, but I need to draw motion when I'm not able to animate it. So I need to draw, a motion like speed or something like that. Now I need to look this up. So much more easier to look at it. All right, we need to go for futurism. Art style. It's from the 2000s, if I'm correct, right? Yeah, it's it's the 20th century fucking trash art style. Yeah, futurism. That's the one I'm looking for. The most horrible fucking art I ever came across. All right. Famous futurism prisms. There you go. So we have this drawing over here. This is futurism, man. You try to create motions in a painting. That's literally what the futurism is all about. You need to create motions in a painting. The main problem with motions in a painting is that it is quite hard to do. Also, futurism is absolute fucking trash. Not gonna lie. It combines the worst aspects of everything, which is annoying. It combines cubism as well, so it's like no. Ugh. I drew once a futurism art. I once drew a futurism art that I did for my school project, and I was like, all right, I need to draw futurism, right? Well, I needed to draw the same drawing in multiple styles. So I had to draw it in futurism style, I had to draw it in Dali, and in simplistic, for instance. Now those are the drawing styles that I had to deal with. So I did it. I drew it simplistically, I drew it futuristically, and I drew it in the Dali version of it as well. The main joke was that the futurism one looked ass. It was horrible. It's terrible because you need to make the drawing like a fireball, for instance, and then you need to draw the fireball again, and then again, and then again, and repeating the same progress all over again. But the thing was, I didn't have the object of a fireball or a car or something like that. I'm like, yes, a car! I can finally show the speed! Well, I fucking drew a dinosaur. And I didn't have to draw. And I had not even, a moving dinosaur. No. I had the worst option ever I used, which was, I had to draw the dinosaur. I drew it in heavy details, by the way. So, congratulations on me being an absolute a time waster at most cases. So I drew the drawing. I drew the drawing first normally. Then I drew the drawing again in the Dali version. And then I drew it in futuristically. The futuristically version of it had an issue. Because you need to create motion on a drawing that stands still and you have literally this. Hold up. I'll show you. You have this, alright? Raw dinosaur. There you go. Sitting. Oh well, no, we're gonna have a turtle. Fuck it. We have a turtle here. We have a turtle. Alright? A turtle with a lion legs. There you go. And this turtle was sitting there eating grass. That was literally the thing that it was doing. So this was my futuristic idea of a drawing, alright? I had just a turtle eating grass, and that's it. Now you're probably wondering, how the hell did I do it? How the hell did I make this look like a speed, amazing thing? Well, I cut the grass, I made the mouth open, and then I went like, yeah, and then other color, yeah. So that was literally how it looked like. So I created not speed. I failed at the motion of creating speed, mainly because I chose the wrong image to do so for it. So I had no motion, I had no way of creating the motion, and I had to draw different art styles, which most of the art styles don't fit on the drawing. So the simplistic one was even worse. Worse, it's not the right word for this. It looked as terrible as the one with speed, yes. Because with the simplistic one, I couldn't use details. So I had a good looking drawing, with details and scales and all that stuff, and an eye, there you go, and all that stuff, and a nose. And then you have to go for the basics, so you go for this. Dinosaur. So, yeah. I was not happy upon this, I was not fond. I could cry with the final result. But it had to be done. And I really hated that project because it took me so much time to get one art style done, and then the other one, and then the other one, and the other one, because I was literally frustrated upon, I can't get this thing done. The other art styles will absolutely ruin my drawing if I do it even worse like that. So where do we leave then? And I'm like, nah, let's just get it over with. I got an 8 for it though. I got an 8 for it, but mainly because of how I used the first art style. So with the first drawing, I didn't use colors. I just picked up a color. I first colored up the drawing thing, so I colored up the background with water paint, I believe. So I had like multiple colors. And then over that, I drew the drawing. Then I didn't even paint it. No. Me and painting are not going well. I had painted once an image and it was a terrible one. I'm like the person that is absolutely not good at painting. It's like, yeah, drawing does work, but painting, it requires a more of a different kind of approach. And that is not a thing that I like. I don't like to use soft lines instead of, hard lines. I like to have all the things on hard lines. I like to be able to draw. I like to be able to draw a phone. Well, we're gonna go for the terrible 80s phone or 90s phone. So I like to have a phone, but I like to be able to draw on the phone, of course, a picture of, your favorite pet or whatever. So I like to be able to draw in detail, and with soft lining it is less so. Of course, soft lining makes things much more easier to look at. It makes things much more realistic looking or more pleasing to look at instead of going for the big giant dark line eyeliner that it will be put on every single drawing part. Of course, this has also issues with backgrounds. You cannot use hard lines on the background most of the time because that will ruin the how do you say that? Spacing of it all. Yeah. So it ruins the spacing of the object that has been placed in the middle, in the center. So it will literally get away from the attention, and it can cause multiple issues there. So I had to work around that. I had to find a way to get this hard lining and then still use it and still get, without using shading, a decent background without making it look, too simplistic. Because simplistic actually works. It's a proven concept. You can use for a simplistic background and a very detailed front. But that also leaves some issues behind. It can create issues like the art style not meshing up. It can cause multiple issues with it. And that's the thing that I learned, especially with the bomb. When I drew the bomb and I need to draw, backgrounds for it or the simplistic drawings as well, I need to find out like how can I make a simplistic drawing or simplistic background, but make it feel like it's still in the drawing and not being overused, because that's clearly a thing that needs to be avoided. So that's why I actually did the EC around the world as well, because that is also a very fun one, because it actually does give you the feeling of everything. Where is it? It's in the... Where is that one? Oh, it's in the thumbnails of pain. Yay. Alright, open this, get to the thumbnails of pain, and here you go. This one. This one, for instance, is a very good one. So I had a very simplistic background and a very detailed foreground, but this one is the best one for it. So I needed to create a background. I needed to create a simplistic background, which is this, right? This is a very simplistic background, no dark lines or hard lines. It's just very simple. But then I use a very detailed foreground, but the foreground goes into the background. So you get the approach of spacing. Not all of them are well done or well proper done. I think Cold Winter was not the best one for it, but the crab one was actually quite successful in catching what I wanted to do. I wanted to create a view from the crab and then show a very emerged crab out of it. And that turned pretty well. Also gives a nice look on it. So yeah. So with all of this, I can now get to where I want to be with this one, hopefully. And hopefully once this is all done, I can then call it quits. Oh yeah, I can. Nice. I did time it right this time. 1 hour, instantly, boom, shakalaka booey, and then it's all fucking finished. This time I did it right. I calculated it, smelled it, and absolutely made sure that it actually was dealt correctly. So now we are able to do what I need to do, which is this one. Now we have done that. And now we have the drawing. We have rocks everywhere. We have a caving part in the middle section. Detailed enough to create the dark undertone of it. Also, I need to make sure that once I have the shading of it all, I need to add shading to this drawing as well. Shading here. More shading over there. Shading in the background over there as well. And then I need to figure out how to get that black hole in there and draw it. That's the main problem. Drawing the fucking black hole probably. But that should be fine. And then I can also add this part in there so that I have like a nice look on that side. Alright. No further ado, I will leave it here. Because I still need to do a daily walk. And, oh, man. My hand is a little bit tired for this already. But, yeah. So, I hope you'll have enjoyed for now, and thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Until then, I want to wish you a lovely day, and bye!